So a couple of nights ago, I was watching this funny episode of The Boys. But then I realized it was not an episode of The Boys. It was actually the 2026 World Cup draw. This is where we all unfortunately learned that the word draw is actually an acronym, and it stands for Writing Award Wankfest. It was literally just two old dudes glazing each other. If I wanted to see a bald dude glazing another guy that always hangs around creeps, then I would just watch compilations of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Then after 6 hours of what felt like Americans portraying themselves the way Japan portrays Americans in animes, we finally got to the draw. We are gonna be talking about these groups, the issues with a 48-team World Cup, and rating every team's chance of getting out of the group stage out of 5. Spoiler alert, guys, it's coming home. South Africa is home, right? Bruss, it is your boy, the Streets Champ. Tell me world, party time, excellent. And guys, I don't care if there's only 2 weeks left. We are still trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before 2026. 1% chance, 99% faith. So I want to give a shout out to all the day one ooses that are already subscribed and the honorary ooses that are going to subscribe today. Let yourself be known by going down in the comments and commenting down below that you're officially joining the journey, not this piece of crap, so that me and all the day one ooses can welcome you. And shout out to all the goats on Patreon who have already seen this video through early access. No spoilers in the comments. All right, guys, we're not here to waste any more time. Let's get into these groups. Group A. The first team we're going to be talking about is one of the co-hosts, Mexico. And they're going to be kicking off the World Cup by facing... I can't believe it. They're running back the opening match of the 2010 World Cup. Interesting fact, guys. I was there. Me. Shabalala scored that amazing goal in front of my very eyes. But you might as well call me Walter H. White because my plans were faulted by the Mexicans. Last time this happened, yeah, South Africa drew 1-1 to Mexico. Mexico are a very good team, and on paper, they are much better than South Africa. But they do also have a history of disappointing on the big stages. Not to mention their very obvious round of 16 World Cup curse. Like Benzi's taste in women, these guys cannot get past 16. Now, the next team in this group is South Korea. Human son, if you can spare my nation, South Africa, from humiliation, my soul is yours! And rounding up this first group will either be Denmark, willed by the power of friendship, North Macedonia, for whatever reason during the draw they were called Macadamia, followed by Ireland, aka Troy Parrot Nation, and last but not least, Czech Republic. So in other words, South Africa are not making out of the group. Well, we had a good run, boys. Actually, we didn't even have a run, to be honest. But at least we got further than Nigeria. Hey! Here are my ratings of the team's chances of making it out of the group stage. You guys should also go down in the comments and drop your ratings for how well you think teams are going to be doing in their groups. Or you can just go down in the comments and say that I have less ball knowledge than Bonnie Blue, who, again, I have to say, knowing her, she probably has great ball knowledge. It is now time for Group B, starring Canada, the nation that is home to women that sound like characters from Dr. Seuss.
What I don't like is if the business is true, that you left your moms in the hood, somebody go smoke that you.
And if you're wondering who Alphonso Davies and the 10 Jobbers are gonna be coming up against, well, they are gonna be going up against the nation of Switzerland, aka no! Rich people do not only come here to launder their money and evade their taxes. This is actually a beautiful country. I mean, look at this place. This looks like Fortnite Season 1. Switzerland have been absolutely solid in their last couple of international tournaments. There might be holes in their cheese, but there are no holes in their midfield. And rounding up this group is gonna be Qatar, who had one of the worst campaigns for a host nation ever. How do you host a World Cup in your own country and you don't make it out the group stage? I swear, if my editor puts a picture of South Africa potentially joining these guys, is either gonna be Bosnia, Northern Ireland, a certain country where I feel like it must be nice to be a she because you're gonna have a whole lot of suitors, whores, and last but not least, Italy. A country that I'm sure wants to whack me in the back of an old diner, Soprano style, because of my last 2 videos about them. Here are my ratings for the nations. You guys can pause to see what you think. Group C. Finally, a group where every team is already decided. First nation is Brazil. Every time I mention this country, I have people in my comments telling me to come to Brazil. I mean, it's a bit unorthodox, but I mean, I guess, you know, I could get a little bit of lotion, And maybe you could suggest, you want me to travel there? Brazil is gonna have 99 rated Richarlison and Pele Region Estevao Willian. They are gonna be going up against Scotland, who are about to be in their first World Cup since 1998, and it's all thanks to the heroics of Scott McTominay, doing what every player does after they leave Man U, and that is simply turn into a once-in-a-lifetime football player overnight. Okay, they're actually kind of cooking with this group because they also have Morocco, who made it to the semifinals of the last World Cup. Also, Hakimi's mom owns all of his assets so that his ex-wife couldn't get any of his money. I feel like I have to be told this every 2 business days. The last team in the group is Haiti? You're telling me that Haiti are gonna be going up against Brazil, Scotland, and Morocco? That is awful, man. This group is basically like that mission in GTA Vice City where it says kill the Haitians. If Vinicius does not score against Haiti, then we need to hold him down, take off his mask, and reveal to the whole world that he is actually Callum Hudson-Odoi in disguise. Here are my ratings. Let's move on to the next group. It is time for Group D, which features America! Yo, bros, we are about to see the worst American performance since Vietnam. America has been bundling. This is what happens when you hire a manager like Pochettino, a man that trains footballers like they're UFC fighters. Interesting fact, guys. Did you guys know that once upon a time, Mauricio Pochettino took Tottenham Hotspur's owner Daniel Levy down to Argentina so that they could do dangerous water rafting together? And this was so dangerous that Daniel Levy actually fell into the water. Yeah, dude, Pochettino does not want anybody around him to get better. He simply wants you to die with him. Hanging out with Pochettino is like hanging out with Tom Cruise. But America has a huge advantage in which they're going to be playing at home, so they're gonna have a big crowd always telling them to fight and win. Well, who is America gonna be going up against? They are gonna be going up against Paraguay, who are starring Miguel Almiron, I'm sorry, I have Ruben Amorim brain rot apparently. And then of course we have Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Now guys, I have an elite strategy that will assure that Australia cook in the group stage. Have Rhea Ripley in the stands for every single Australia match. This is on the same level of motivation as giving Popeye a can of spinach. Still trying to make it in this group is Slovakia, Kosovo, Romania, and Turkey. All I see is some nations with some beautiful women. Yo, bring them all in, to be honest. And here's my ratings for this group. Next group is Group E. Boy, how crazy was that last group? I'm sure we're all gonna watch every single game in it not. And ultimately, guys, that is my issue with this World Cup. There's too many teams, meaning there's too many groups, meaning a lot of the groups are just gonna be Let's hope that this group is better. We're kicking off Group E with a star-studded German side, featuring players like Kimmich, Leroy Sané, and Florian Wirtz. And before any of you guys say that Wirtz isn't a star, listen, James Bond, aka 007, has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so take that. They will be going up against Curaçao, and look, man, look, if Wirtz does not get a goal contribution against them, then we have to hold him down, take off his mask, and show the whole world that he's actually Rodrigo in disguise. Joining these two absolute heavyweights will be Ivory Coast, who are the reigning defending AFCON champions, despite the fact that they got knocked out in the group stage of that same AFCON. But boys, there is another team in this group. You know how the Wu-Tang Clan have that song, Protect Your Neck? Well, I got a new song for everybody in this group. Protect your shins, because Moises Caicedo is coming for you. This is a solid nation with a lot of young, high potential players. I think they're gonna be heavyweights in the next couple of years, but they still got a lot of growing up to do. Here's my ratings for Group E. Group F, we are about 6 groups in, and we have nothing that could be considered a group of death. Let's see if Group F can change that. Starting with Netherlands, the country that produces managers with CTE and footballers that always feel like they need to have a rap career. This has been a very weird year for Dutch football. I've seen Van Dijk's ass this year more than I've seen Ice Spice's. Against my own will, of course. Depay's Corinthians wants him out of the team because they realized they gave this man way too much money and an absurd contract, which honestly, I need to make a video about. Frimpong has been injured, or maybe he's just avoiding playing for Liverpool. Can't really blame the guy. And Xavi Simons has had a pretty underwhelming start at Tottenham, including a stinker against Arsenal, where for whatever reason he had hair that made him look like Carlito from WWE. But I'm I'm sure that the manager can get the most out of these players, and by the manager, look, I'm assuming that it's either Louis van Gaal or Ronald Koeman. It's always the same two dudes. They are going to be going up against the nation where me and YouTuber Maxwell both shared a very intimate moment, Japan, who typically always have an upset up their sleeves. Joining them will be Tunisia and potentially Ukraine, Albania, Poland, or Sweden. Great, we gotta watch these two expensive bastards struggle for yet another summer. Another pretty group, to be honest. Here are the ratings. Okay, guys, we're about halfway through this. So, guys, if you guys are enjoying this video, then please, I encourage you to please drop a like and comment down below which Rogue Nation, yeah, not player this time, nation you're gonna be honoring your like to. I want the whole comment section to say South Africa, damn it. We now move on to Group G, a group that has all of its teams already decided. This group contains Belgium. I really think we should lower our expectations of Belgium. I'm sure there's other people that still believe that this golden generation have one more big run in them, but dude, let's just call it what it is. Romelu Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne are both hospital buddies right now. Doku has been amazing this season, but yet he is still missing that finishing touch. Look, Leandro Trossard can definitely score goals, but that's only after he's been subbed on after the 60th minute. So that leaves it all to Thibaut Courtois. Buddy, I hope you are ready to play the same way you did against Liverpool in that Champions League final, except you got to do that in every match, and every now and then you're probably going to have to score from your own box the same way that Begovic did all those years ago. They are going to be going up against Egypt, who have Mo Salah, who is currently trying to do his best CM Punk impression by cutting a pipe bomb, and following them is going to be Iran and a New Zealand side that is being carried by a 50-year-old Chris Wood. Now, as a person from these nations, you're probably really excited for these matches, but as a neutral, man, this stinks, bro. I can already tell that this group stage is gonna drag more than a talking stage with a girl who has really strict parents. Here's my ratings for the teams. It is time for Group H. The first nation in Group H is Spain. So let me get this straight. Lamine Yamal is gonna be playing his group matches in Miami, Atlanta, Houston, and Guadalajara. Now, if you are somebody that lives in America or anybody around the world that listens to hip hop, you would know that Miami, Houston, and Atlanta are known for their crazy nightclubs. Like, dude, these destinations are 1/3 of Drake's song, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Oh yeah, Lamine Yamal is about to show the entire world why I call this man the Catalan Quagmire. They are going to be coming up against Cape Verde, whom respectfully, we don't want to see any of the action on the field. We just want to see the action in the stands because their women are gorgeous. Facing them will be Saudi Arabia and a Uruguay side that is being saved by Araujo and Ugarte. I would not wish this fate on my worst enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what we've been waiting for. A group of death. Because I know we are all going to be bored to death after these matches are done. What the hell is this? Here are my ratings for the teams in the group. Can we please have a group of death? Please! Next group is Group I. Finally, a good group. A lot of these groups have been lacking competitiveness because of how many teams there are. But we finally have a group of death. Well, not really death, more like, I don't know, a group of moderate pain. We have France versus Norway. Mbappe versus Haaland. This was supposed to be our generation's version of Ronaldo versus Messi. It just hasn't panned out that way. None of them have Ballon d'Ors yet, and it feels like UEFA don't even want to rig matches anymore for them to face each other. I think I speak on behalf of the rest of the globe where I say we want more of Mbappe versus Haaland. So either Haaland needs to leave us all alone in England and go play in La Liga against Mbappe, or Mbappe needs to leave La Liga, join Chelsea, and come in the Premier League so he can face Haaland. Hey, don't boo me, okay? We all want Mbappe at Chelsea. Joining them will be Senegal, a team with a lot of stars. Hey, Nicholas Jackson. And yes, we still don't know who's going to be facing these three teams yet, but the point is, so far, this group actually looks competitive. I can't wait to see these matches, and here are my ratings for the teams in the groups. The next group is Group J, where it is starring the reigning defending world champions, Argentina. I'm just going to throw this out here right now. I don't think Argentina are going to retain. Hell, I don't think they're going to try as hard as they did in the last World Cup. They're a pretty stacked nation in terms of quality, but I mean, that last World Cup was really make or break for them and for Messi. they've already proved that they can be champions. I don't think they're gonna try as hard. But they should definitely make it out of a group featuring Jordan, Algeria, who could be a little bit tough, and of course the nation of Austria, who gave us the ring general Gunther, and another historic figure that we don't gotta talk about. Again, I'm probably gonna get canceled for anti-football sentiments, but this is the way I see it. A lot of these games, I'm probably gonna have to stay up for 3 a.m. These are not games worth staying up at 3 a.m. unless I am talking to a baddie that is supporting Argentina and I have to pretend to care. Here are my ratings. Let's see if the next group can be good. This is Group K and it features Portugal. Can Ronaldo finally do it? Can he finally win the World Cup while also narrowly avoiding going to Las Vegas? The dude has been seen hanging out with the president of the United States, so I'm already prepared for those 4 penalties that he's gonna get in the opening match. I mean, you look at Portugal's team though, they got some solid players. Hey, Neto, get out of the shot, not you. But guys, I mean, you need to look at this sorry excuse of a group. I mean, they are coming up against Colombia. I guess that could be a little challenging. But they also got to go up against Uzbekistan? Yeah, Ronaldo, dude, you are safely getting those 1,000 goals. And the last team in the group is either going to be Jamaica, DR Congo, or New Caledonia. Oh Lord, Ronaldo and Pedro Neto are gonna combine for 50 goals against New Caledonia, and everybody's gonna be glazing them. I'm sick! These are the ratings. This is a bad group. This is a bad group. It's time for Group L. And now, finally, the final group that we have to worry about is one featuring one of the favorites of the tournament, England. Say what you want about England. I know we like to troll them, but man, they got some pretty solid players, and they also got the king of knockout football, Thomas Tuchel. But England have it a little tough because they got to go up against Croatia, which honestly, when you're looking at other teams having to face Uzbekistan and Jordan, this is heartbreaking for them. They also got to go up against the inferior Jollof Rice Nation. I'm joking, Ghanaians, I'm joking. They're going to be going up against the Black Stars, Ghana. And joining them will be Pan Am. Yes, I know it's Panama, but, you know, I had to give a shout out to the love of my life, Pan Am from Cyberpunk. These are my final ratings, and ladies and gentlemen, these are all the group stages for the 2026 World Cup. Woo! I'm calling the group stage Maggie Gyllenhaal because this is ugly. I do feel like the World Cup is really gonna pick up in the latter stages, but yeah, the group stages is gonna be a slow burner. This doesn't even have to do with the fact that America is gonna add its own stuff in this. Like, we're probably gonna get a halftime Super Bowl-esque performance during the World Cup final halftime, and it's probably gonna be by some dude like Tom McDonald or Morgan Wallen. And Donald Trump is gonna find a way to give himself man of the match after every game. And I will be here to document every single moment. And guys, that is the end of my video. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the groups? I hope you guys are down there dropping your ratings. I want to hear your opinions. Please comment down below. Do you agree with some of the stuff that I said? Do you guys think I'm being too harsh? Do you disagree? And guys, I want to remind you guys that I need you guys to check all the links down below. I really want to be able to engage with you guys, bro. I go live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. You guys can catch me on there as well. Enjoy the damn Discord so you don't miss out on any notifications. And of course, if you guys did enjoy this video, please like it so more videos like this can pop up on your feed, or just simply subscribe so you don't miss another one of your boys' videos. And speaking of that, that has been my time today. It has been your boy, the Streets Champ, and I've just given you the gift of Toby World. Drink it in, man.